Are Republicans weird? The answer won't shock you. Tonight on ATP News at 10.
Hello, America! It's America, the podcast!
Yada-da, we're gonna win, gonna win, gonna win, gonna win.
Who is this we you speak of?
And don't act like you're not stoked that Kamala Harris isn't the new Democratic nominee.
Well, yes, but I am also in this for myself, and aren't you a communist?
I straddle the fence of the Communist Party and the DSA, but, I'm a realist too, and Kamala Harris is not going to tank the country like Donald Trump would have.
Yes, but your optimism is quite undeserved, seeing that Donald Trump could very easily win this election.
I don't know, man. Republicans are fucking weird. Between the J.D. Vance stuff and all the weird things Trump has said, and that's just a locally weird thing to those two, quote unquote human beings, but everything they believe is weird, and I think people are starting to wake up to it, man.
Yes, you may be correct for once in your life. Their weirdness could be their downfall.
Once in my life, man. I've been saying Republicans are weird as fuck for years. Why are they so weird, dude? You were a Republican for a long time. Why are they weird?
Well, I've never done a weird thing in my entire life, I can assure you.
On this program, you have said, and I quote, "I'm going to go eat chocolate cake in my bathtub. It's a billionaire thing you'll never understand."
Yeah, it's not weird. You just simply don't understand.
Yeah, whatever. But you know what I mean by weird. Them being obsessed with what everybody does in their bedroom and how they have sex. Weirdly obsessed with everybody's genitals of all ages. And it's fucking weird. Being obsessed with being anti-drag queen or something like that when no one gives a shit about drag. It has been around for so long. And it's all of a sudden just this new fucking left-handedness.
Yes, being a lefty was quite the crime back in the good old days. I myself participated in multiple exorcisms of left-handed people. None of them worked, of course, but it was quite fun to watch and worth every cent that I paid.
You paid to watch something like that?
Lobotomies, too. They let me use the hammer once or twice. Missed every time. Not very good at it.
Oh my God, why?
It is a billionaire thing you won't understand. Oh my God.
Okay, whatever, man. What about your former Republican colleagues, man? Why are they so weird?
Oh, well, brainwashing, basically. The Republican Party pretty much has it down to an art form.
But they're the ones doing the brainwashing.
Yes, but some of them have drank their own conservative Kool-Aid.
Yeah, shit, I believe that, especially all the crazy QAnon shit they believe with all of the pizza gates and the Jewish space lasers.
Well, to be clear, the deep state does have space lasers. They're just not owned by a, Jewish cabal, as the QAnon people like to put it. I'm pretty sure the guy in charge of the space lasers is Greek Orthodox.
Oh, right on. Well, really? Greek Orthodox?
Yep, mosaics and all.
Oh, right on. Well, regardless, there is still just so much crazy shit they believe. What did Jesse Waters just say, that if a man votes for a woman, he transitions into being a woman? I know he was being sarcastic, but there are people who, I'm going to say low-key, believe shit like that. Not to mention Trump recently telling a room full of all black reporters that Kamala Harris was Indian her whole life until she turned black all of a sudden, or something like that.
Oh, indeed. They are quite literally crazy.
Are they, though? At least the hyper-crazy QAnon stuff, for example, I truly think, I shit on them all day and night, but at the end of the day, are they just, sad people who want something to be true and want their lot in life to be the reason of lizard people control the government, not my voting and my area affects my quality of life, which is routinely controlled by conservatives?
I would agree that is more than likely true, yes.
There's no real explanation for it because obviously, this cabal of, Jewish pedophiles who drink adrenochrome isn't a real thing. It just isn't. The moon is there. We've been to the moon. The earth is round and there is no crazy Democrat pedophile ring who is like out to turn all of the frogs gay, Alex Jones.
Oh, and the deep state did try and turn the frogs gay, but it just didn't take. You are either born gay or you're not. It's just how it is. Or you're born however you are. Humans are unique.
Exactly. Yet these QAnon people will still harp on, and just conservatives in general, saying that trans and gay people are going to ruin and destroy the country. God, I wish I knew like how they were going to destroy the country. I remember the talk of the gay mafia back in the day.
Back in the day,
and the whole gay agenda thing. That was like all Fox would talk about. And then guess what? The country didn't get destroyed, and it became a better place to live for so many people. Yet these conservatives will still claim that this love, joy, and acceptance and literal definition of being free is somehow destroying the country. And I just don't get it. It's weird. It's a weird thing to think. It doesn't make sense. Everything they believe is basically fucking weird. Like, there are some merits to being a Republican, right?
Oh, absolutely. It is amazing. They will make you very, very rich, but, at the cost of lots of lives. But usually the Democrats will make you very rich as well, but you have to pay a little bit more in taxes. But in doing so, there's better quality of life for everybody, and then everybody actually gets to have more spending money. So it actually kind of works out to pay taxes just a little bit, but don't tell anybody I said that, or my billionaire friends will quite literally guillotine me.
Oh, Jesus.
We keep one around just in case one of us ever gets squirrely.
Oh, well, good to know. But still, though, man, like, they are weird, like I keep saying, and that the Democrats are like clinging to that line of messaging, but you also seem to not think that the Democrats can easily win this, right?
Oh, indeed, and I will explain how it could actually happen after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's America, the podcast.
America the Podcast is brought to you by voting for a Democrat. Voting for a Democrat. It is the only way to make one of those weird Republicans go away. Voting for a Democrat. Available wherever freedom is sold. Unless Trump gets elected. You know that, right?
It's America, the podcast.
And we're back, and I am here to destroy the sugar high of the Democratic Party. I myself will be having a sugar high later when I eat an entire chocolate cake in my bathtub. Again, you will never understand unless you're a billionaire. Hello, Elon.
What kind of cake does Elon eat?
Oh, he prefers pie, but he does eat it with a silver spoon.
That doesn't surprise me.
Mine's made of platinum.
How is Trump gonna win, man?
Ah, yes. Well, simply put, Donald Trump about 5 to 6 years ago installed electors across the country. There are people who are ready to deny the election the second that it is able to be even remotely certified.
Like election workers?
Election workers, secretaries of state, you name it. There are 70 election workers alone within the swing states that have a history of denying the 2020 election.
Which itself is a weird thing. Because of Trump's own work on election security, the 2020 election was the most secure election in history.
That may be the case, but that still will not stop an election denier from denying the election, because in their eyes, their man-boy king cannot lose an election, for he is chosen by God. And as a person who knows God on a personal level, I can assure you God did not choose Donald Trump.
Who would they have chosen?
Oh, I don't know. Probably some sort of a train conductor or this year's Bachelor contestant.
Oh yeah, they're really into the Bachelor and trains, right?
Indeed. They don't care about anything else, let alone humanity or even America.
Right, so you think the MAGA cult will succeed?
Well, yes and no. There is a possibility of a mass election denial, but America as a whole, and especially the core Republican Party, are deep down ready to move on from Donald Trump. So if Kamala Harris actually pulls through and has a gigantic win, then it will probably go off without a hitch.
Okay, well, I'm feeling a little bit better.
You may have a few people here and there trying to hold up the election, but if that happens, Congress will probably arrest them. Because when it all boils down to it, the electors are merely ceremonial.
Oh, really? So there is no real threat then?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Well, then, man, keep going.
Well, you stop interrupting.
Oh my God.
There is still a hypothetical situation in which the electors hold up the election and it needs to be decided by the very conservative Supreme Court that Trump put in place.
Oh, Jesus, just like Bush and Gore.
Not quite, but similar.
So you think this is going to happen?
Well, I didn't say that.
Oh my God, then what are you saying?
I am saying do not count your chickens before they hatch.
How Southern of you.
Well, living in Texas for the better part of a decade has rubbed off. The barbecue stains did not, but that's part of living in Texas, and I am okay with that.
Right. Well, explain a little further than the Southern metaphor.
What I'm saying is that this election is not over until it is over, Timothy. Kamala Harris has not won. She has momentum, but has not won. The Republicans are very sneaky and very clever. They will use every single tool at their disposal to try and win this election and install themselves in power forever, because they know that if they lose this election, they will never hold power again, at least in not any meaningful way.
So what then?
Well, go vote if you can early, and if not, vote as soon as possible. And register to vote at vote.org, blah, blah, blah.
Should you really blah, blah, blah the election?
Well, no, but I still got the entire message out, so it doesn't matter. But what does matter is getting me to my cake bathtub time. Thanks for listening, America. This has been America, the podcast with me, Theb and the embodiment of and only hope for America, and Tim.
Yeah, me, the guy who gave you a show.
Well, if it hadn't been you, I would have gone to the Daily Wire.
No, you wouldn't have.
You're right. Ben Shapiro is the worst, and I'm pretty sure is one of the only married virgins.
I firmly believe that.
Indeed. Let's get out of here, and I may give you some bathtub cake.
I don't want your bathtub cake.
It's double chocolate.
I don't care. Ooh, all right, fine, whatever.
Perfect. We will be back again in 2 weeks. For now, good night and good fight.
It's America, the podcast.
You've been listening to America, the podcast, the original series. The show stars Tim Phillippe and Theb starred the embodiment of and only hope for America as themselves. Any additional voices heard in this episode were portrayed by the fabulous cast of voice actors listed in the show notes. The amazing America, the podcast theme song you are listening to is by Timmy Two-Step, and all other music and sounds heard in this show were procured through Storyblocks, Pixabay, freesound.org, and Sonus. America, the podcast is recorded at Shway Media Studios in Austin, Texas, and is mixed and edited by Tim Phillippe. Executive producers for this show are Alana Matos, Tim Phillippe, and Theb starred. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com and americathepodcast.com. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.
This has been a production of Shway Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com.